Yes. That old one shows on the top as revised in 2012.
And I actually thought, huh. Didn't mention that.
Just yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think we've talked about this once before, I got one question for you. Is when we start doing these, more and more of these policies, is it sufficient to give them to you as information like this meeting to approve and sign the next meeting?
That would be the
Or do you want
problem.
I missed the first part.
When we're updating more of the policies,
Yes.
it will be sufficient to give it to you, the suggested one this meeting, so you can approve it next meeting.
It's an idea.
Oh, we can read them and everything.
What else, how else would you wanna
I
handle it?
don't know, whether I could give you a bunch of them, just say, here, sign them.
No, no thanks. So it's kinda like giving us the rules on the driveways. Technically, we should have had that last
That's
meeting
why I
to
brought-
approve this meeting.
To my attention.
Yes, 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 that would be the preference.
Approved 2025 certified mileage map. Primary, 369.97, local 827.67. Current, they're both the same, so.
No, they're not. One is previous.
Yep, the current one is 369.97 and 827.44 miles, 1197.41.
And that 0.23 miles is Bivens Road.
Is no longer that long.
But your totals should be negative 0.23 as well. You look,
For some
there,
reason, I'm not
your
finding-
totals
Right here.
should be negative 0.23, you have 0.0, it adds down,
Oh,
your math doesn't work.
yep.
So if it's gonna be in the minutes, it'd be,
It's gotta be correct.
yes.
Okay. So I have a question, Bob.
Yes.
This Bob.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
You,
that's
you
good.
have talked with me about that short stretch on Coleman Road from,
Vermont.
north to the
Yeah.
elevator. Is that included in here or not?
Yeah, that'd be the certified mileage. But we still gotta get him a approved letter. That never happened.
Okay,
Oh, you mean?
It's where we paved
Yeah, I just wrote
that road, he paid for it,
Okay.
but he paved it to be equivalent to Class A, that the trucks can use it.
Okay.
And he was supposed to have furnished a letter, and that's been like 15 years ago.
stop it. This is
On
in,
Coleman Road?
Yeah,
this is in Wright Township. It's by the east grain elevator. It's
Coleman
from,
Road from where to where?
from Broom Road
Room Road to the elevator.
north to the grain elevator.
That's what, about a quarter of a mile.
And he paid,
Probably no more than that. Might even not be quite that
I
much.
don't think it's quite that much, but he paid 100% of it.
Maybe look at that.
Do we have a motion to approve the certified mileage?
So moved.
Support.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Moving right along. Now, the township contract, there's a bunch. So, I don't know if you wanna approve them all together, because they're kinda mixed up. But we got Reading Township, and we've got Hillsdale Township, Richfield Township.
This is a motion where we're approving the township contracts presented at the 22nd board meeting.
Or we could even say for Reading, Hillsdale, and Richfield Township.
you guys would just approve them as a whole, and then in the minutes, they're still listed out, showing what you
Yeah.
approved.
All right,
That's kind of what he said.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what he
in a
said.
roundabout way.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. That's no.
And you get, Dan attach that second copy for the one forty. That's what they, you only need to sign the first copy. You want them now?
Yeah, let him explain it.
You want me to?
We got a bunch of them.
So you're gonna notice, with some of the gravel limestones, there's 2 copies. Only sign the, signed copy, because there was a error on
Let's see,
the estimate, so, and all the townships know, but like Hillsdale, it didn't affect their total. But for like reading, it did, but they said just approve the one they signed, and
And if it comes in last, because it will come in last,
It'll come in way
they
last.
just won't.
I'm signing both and you can throw away the other
I'll,
one.
I can do that,
Because that way I don't have to figure out whether I'm signing the correct one or
that's
not.
fine.
You'll be
I mean, I
covered.
understand that other one's not signed, but it's
Yeah.
like, you guys just figure that out.
Yeah, not our problem.
We can do that.
Well, before we adjourn, I would just like to make some comments on the Hartley Road Bridge.
Oh, shoot, I got a whole bunch more over here.
Yeah.
I thought there was more. Oh, see, this is blank one.
Yeah.
These are fun.
Now, I think those with those as well.
These contracts are coming in earlier than they used to.
Some of them.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of them out there that,
Oh,
I think Adams approved the limestone and the brine. But they hadn't decided on their road projects.
public comment.
Yes, you mentioned the Facebook, and I have to look at a couple of comments. There's 83 comments, just a couple jump out at me. Michael Crode, I don't know Michael, worked at the railroad for 38 years, traveled several counties and states. Hillsdale has a great road commission compared to most. As Commissioner Schmidt said, most of them were very favorable. There was one more that really caught my eye. The videos are a good idea. Hopefully they will help people understand. Thanks for your hard work. You know, it's the theme. You know, there are always some that throw in something else, but out of 83 comments, it's very positive, and most people understand that wind blows snow, you know, and you gotta deal with it. You live in Michigan, be patient, and thank you so much for your hard work and extra hours. So.
I think the Facebook has really helped us.
Good.
Putting that out there like that so they know what's going on.
So I'll give Heather all that credit. She
that's
monitors that, she
Yes, she
answers
does.
the,
Yes, she does.
answers the comments, good and bad.
Yep.
So on the Hartley Road Bridge, after our last meeting, Bonnie and I went to Nate and Jenny's to just visit. And so I brought up the Hartley Road Bridge and she is on board with this. I think she's already talked with Heather, you know, about what the estimated cost is gonna be to do this. And I don't know exactly the timeline to get stuff submitted, but I think it's prior to the 1st of April, might even be quicker than that, a little quicker than that. I asked her, you know, is a match required? And her response was, if you do a match, you're much more likely to get funded than if you don't do a match. And so even if we would just, you know, do the 5% match, that would show that, you know, and split it between us and White Township. They know that this bridge is needed to be done for several years. So, and she even indicated to me if we can get letters of support from some of the school boards, from the fire department, perhaps our road commission, that those would all be good things that would help them from Wright Township Board get this approved. And if it got approved, the funding would be for the 2026, 2027 fiscal year, which would start October 1 this fall and run through the following September. And I said, in one sense, if that happened, you know, to put the thing out for bids, you know, sometime this summer or early fall, you might get a contractor willing to even start on the thing like they did the bridges in Amboy Township, start on it in the fall and work over winter.
There's a few more hoops to jump through than that, but yeah, we got a meeting set up with her for on the 30th. She's coming in on the 30th to talk to us.
Is that a different pot of money?
Yeah, that's like a special appropriation.
Going after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else? Nobody? Kathy, you wait.
I've got one last thing.
Yes.
I talked with Moscow Township yesterday and let them know that cause they were asking about doing that first half mile of Brown Road to paver patch and chip seal. We told them we don't feel that's a good expense of our money, but we would entertain pulverizing it like we did the Tamarack and all that.
Lake Pleasant.
So he's gonna go back to the board and see if they're okay with pulverizing that first mile. And we'll leave it at that. And if they wanna cap it after that, that's fine, that's up to them. I really don't think they've got the ability to do it. But apparently that's the worst section, and I think if we can pulverize that and treat it like the rest.
So you're talking from House Neck to Sterling.
Yes.
Are we footing the bill?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'd have to pay for the gravel and however much gravel we think it needs. And then the pulverizer, they're probably in the 10,000 range. And then they can do what they want in the future, or we can keep it as a, maintain as a gravel a whole lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we offered them. We told them we don't want to entertain the fix on that.
You'd be right back next year fixing it again. Anybody else?
Oh, I had one other thing. I was approached by people at Somerset Township meeting from Lake Somerset, and they're really wanting to get their roads around there fixed, but
We've had a couple little talks with the association. It's just a matter of
No special
getting
assessment.
it figured out in special assessment. I mean, I'd love to be able to do
Yeah.
Lake Somerset and Lake Land.
The project's.
That's a lot of work.
The project's big enough, might not be able to do it all in 1 year
Oh, no.
anyway.
They
Even Lake Somerset,
start in the middle and work their way out. And,
there's a
That'd be
lot of road
contracted,
mileage
though,
there.
right?
oh, yeah, that'd definitely be
That'd be
contracted.
contracted.
It'd be 100% on them as a special assessment. But we can work it and work with the township to.
Okay, so let's revisit Brown Road. I guess it's my turn. Revisit Brown Road. Okay, with the change, because I look at this road, I know it's a local road, but it does connect, North Adams Road up to Sterling Road. Then, you can go either way. And with our change in funding, is there a path forward to get that mile repaved?
Not for that much. You're talking adding 5.5 inches of asphalt to that in a mile. That's a lot of money. You're in the 400,000 to 500,000 range.
Even with our increase in funding to keep that a paved road because you're connecting paved roads.
We would still.
Well, you're not connecting paved road. It goes gravel.
You connect paved road of North Adams Road to paved road of Sterling Road. And it's paved from North Adams to Sterling. And then it goes gravel after that.
okay, Moscow Township. We want Brown Road,
Right here.
right there, yeah.
So
This is all paved from North Adams Road to Sterling.
it's that first half mile that they're asking for, and so we'd have to go down to house.
Right, so it'd be a mile that you would grind up, and the reason you would have to pulverize that is because up here the base is gone. So if you pulverized it with gravel on it, would you need a 5-inch gap?
Any road. If we put any road in like that, it needs to have that.
I mean, that's 5 inches.
Because you still got to be able to run legal loads of semis.
Yeah, I understand that, but I thought because we pulverized it and put gravel,
It'd be a good base,
it'd be the base.
and it'd be a good road,
You
but
wouldn't have to put a 5-inch.
I wouldn't want to put less than 5.
Okay. I do agree with you, I mean,
In a
More is always
subdivision,
better.
I would probably go 4. But I just don't like that thin asphalt on a
well,
local road, or on any road.
I understand, because you're gonna have some guy come down through there that,
You're gonna have farm equipment, you're gonna have,
well, farm equipment is the main reason the road is in the shape it's in.
probably. And if you put a lesser cap on it, they're just gonna tear it up quicker.
Because no farmer hauls cow manure with a 250 bushel manure spreader anymore.
I do.
Oh yeah, you might, you're the exception.
So I guess our proposal was we'll grind it up, we'll put it back to a very good base, like the other ones. And whatever you wanna do, we can do a project after that, but it would have to go by whatever the project's requirements are, for a match or whatever.
And their match would be 50-50, correct?
I believe on that, depending on who paved it. If it was our crews or a contractor, it's different, but
Yeah. If you have a contractor, it'd be 100%.
if it's contractor, it's 100% on them. It's ours, I believe they pay
100%
material.
Okay, so again, with our change in road funding, where they don't have to match, is there a reason that the road commission would wanna keep that paved to connect those two paved roads.
I don't know what you are expecting from that neighborhood match. We're not gonna get that much money in a few years for that. Why would you spend it all on one township?
Well, I think we have latitude, I would assume we have some latitude with more than just the neighborhood match.
The rest of
Because that
that
was the
51
intent.
funding still requires a match. And so it's that 25% that goes to local road of the
Yep.
neighborhood funding.
Yep.
That's what we can use to spend on local roads and not require a match.
And do we know what that dollar amount is for Hillsdale County?
Yeah.
No, we still don't know what that amount is.
No.
And,
But I know it's not gonna be $500,000.
and I also know that you're going to pulverize a whole mile where you only have a half mile that's very bad.
Well, it's a half mile that's very bad. The whole mile is bad. It's
Okay.
not as bad as that first half mile.
Okay.
But it's still, we don't, and I wouldn't wanna pulverize or do half a mile. Go to intersections or breaking points, of another road, but
And why do you say the base is bad in that half mile?
I don't know that the base is bad. The road
I
itself
said
is
the
bad.
base is bad,
Right.
because
But when you add gravel, grind that gravel with the existing asphalt and a little bit of the gravel underneath it, you will make a very good base.
Right.
but the
Whether it's
first,
a good base or not, it probably isn't great. If it's all broke up, it's probably saturated.
yeah, the first
That's why
half mile has got a bad base because it's all full of potholes, there's asphalt's broke up.
Once you get broke up asphalt, the water starts getting into it, that starts weakening the base, cause it's
Okay.
wet.
Alright. Okay.
So this, I have a question, I'm not that familiar with the road. But, at this point in time, we don't really know how many dollars we're gonna have available for this neighborhood road fund. What happens if this year we do nothing in that 1 mile? And a year from now, perhaps we will know how much funding is gonna come for this neighborhood funding part of it, and we would be a much more knowledgeable position a year from now than we are today.
I can agree with that, but what I would say is, no matter what happens and when you do it, the first step to fixing that road is pulverizing it.
Yeah, no matter what.
So it's gotta be pulverized, it's just a matter of, can anybody afford to cap it at that point? And if later down the road we see that it is doable and the township can participate, I just don't see it personally, but the first step to that road getting any kind of fix is to pulverize it.
Anything else?